Hello again. First off, I just wanted to say genuine thanks for everyone that watched and shared my first video. I genuinely really appreciate it. I promise I'll get better as we go along, hopefully. But yeah, it means a lot, so thank you. Anyway, back to the task at hand. Today's challenge, which is the scone. So for this challenge, I've been given the ingredients, but I haven't been given anything to do with how to actually make them. So, good. Okay, so I've got all my ingredients out here. I've got sugar, strong white bread flour, eggs, butter, baking powder, and whole milk. I have made scones before. I don't know the process off the top of my head, but I know that I'm aiming for a dough, so let's try and make a dough, I suppose. Okay, so for this challenge I have an hour. So let's start now. Okay, I've got to make 15 of these. So I'm gonna start by weighing out my flour. I've got 500 grams of this. I've preheated the oven to 180 degrees because if in doubt, 180. Everything cooks at 180. Or at least I hope everything cooks at 180 anyway. And then we're gonna add to that 80 grams of butter. I'm just going to rub this butter into this flour like I was making a pastry. I have absolutely no idea if this is correct, but it's what I'm doing. I think the ideal texture for when I need to add in the sugar is when it's sort of breadcrumbing, so I'm probably going to do that now. So I just need to put 80 grams of sugar in this bowl. Chuck that in there, I think. Don't take my word for this. I have honestly no idea what I'm doing. So I'm gonna add an egg and hope that I'm right. I should have got a spatula. And then I'm gonna put in half the milk and then I'll add in more as I'm mixing it. Otherwise, you don't want to put too much in like too soon, otherwise it'll just be super sticky. I'm going to pour in half-ish. Okay, still quite dry, so I'm going to pour a bit more in. Actually, I'm going to go back in. I'm going to go back in with my hands. I just like, I know you're supposed to like, as a baker I love working with my hands, but I hate my hands being dirty. It's horrible. When I was a teenager, I used to work in
a pizza chain.
I'd wash my hands all the time. And a guy that I worked with at the time said to me, why do you wash your hands all the time? Why don't you wash your hands all the time? Why do you want dirty hands? I hate it. It's unpleasant at the very least. My hands are clean. I washed them before this, especially because of Miss Rona. I found that the best treatment for dry hands during COVID-19 is to just not leave the house, because then you don't need to keep washing your hands all day every day, and then they don't feel like sandpaper. Because, I mean, hopefully there's no COVID in your house. Hopefully there's none in mine. Okay, I forgot to add the baking powder, so I'm just going to add that in. Oh my god. See, this isn't nice. This is not pleasant. This is horrible. Look at me. No. I'm going to have to wash my hands. Clean, thank God. So I need to put in 5 teaspoons of baking powder, which seems like a lot. I hope it doesn't taste of baking powder. I tried to make waffles in work once. We didn't weigh any of the ingredients, we just guessed, and we put so much baking powder in that they hurt my mouth to eat. It was so sad. It's starting to look like a dough, which is excellent news. I really feel like I need to do something good early on in this process, because my Victoria sponges were an absolute shambles, honestly. And don't get me wrong, my neighbours appreciated the one that they got, my housemates appreciated the 2 that they got, but I appreciated neither. And I watched back the Bake Off episode and they didn't even use cream. Like, I didn't need to stress over the cream melting because they didn't even have cream in it, but it's better with cream. I love the scone. I'm going to knead my dough a little bit, but I thought while I was kneading the dough that I would tell you some facts that I've learned about scones. Scones are part of the same family as crumpets and English muffins. American biscuits are almost the same as scones, but they're eaten on a more savoury basis, treated more like a bread roll. Nobody knows which country actually invented the scone, but the first known mention of it was by Scottish poet Gavin Douglas in 1513. So I'm not saying that proves that the Scots invented the scone, but it's a pretty good sign. They say that the scone should have a ratio of 4:3:3. So for every 40 grams worth of scone, there should be 30 grams of cream and 30 grams of jam to achieve the ultimate hedonic break point, which is where the sweetness cuts through the richness of the butter and stuff. I know big words. 2 of my housemates are Irish, and they told me that actually in Ireland the posh word for scone is scone. The posh word for scone is scone, and the non-posh word for scone is scone. So I'm posh in Ireland, which is nice. I really like this one. In 2018, the National Trust had to apologise for putting a picture of the Devon scone on an advert for a Cornish cream tea, and it caused absolute mayhem on the web. Incredible scenes. Speaking of, actually, now I'm from the Northwest, so I'm never ever going to truly understand the South, but I have been doing some research into the Great Scone War of Devon and Cornwall. It seems that they can agree that you should always use clotted cream and strawberry jam. But in Devon they say the cream has to go on first, and in Cornwall they say the jam has to go on first. I don't really care, but it's nice to know that their fights are so gentle. I'm just going to flour this surface again and roll out my scones. Yeah, so the people from Devon say that cream is like butter from the past, from when butter cost a fortune. Not that it doesn't today, but they basically say that you wouldn't butter on top of jam, which I absolutely agree with. You wouldn't butter on top of jam. But then the people from Cornwall come back with, well, jam's easier to spread on a nice smooth clear base, which I also can't argue with. But they also said you wouldn't put cream on the bottom of a fruit salad, and what does that even mean? But apparently real life scientists have actually said that the cream should go on first because it gives it a chance to melt into the scone, and then it goes all nice and soft. So it absolutely makes sense. So I think I'm probably with Devon on this one. Yeah. Anyway, I've rolled her out. If I recall, you want it to be yay big. So I've rolled it to about 1 inch. So I've got 7 out of the first one, so I'm going to re-roll this bit and try and get 8, 7 and 8, 15. One thing I do remember about scones is that the best way to get them to not stick in the oven is to make the tray super hot. So I've had the tray in the oven since I switched it on earlier. How long have I got left? Oh mate, are we chilling? 25 minutes. Yeah, I think we're chilling. It'd be so nice to have a successful one. I know I'm only 1 in, and I know everyone was saying, oh, I'd still eat that. I said, we definitely did eat it, but when it comes to the most basic stuff, I'm this is the stuff that I know I can do, so why can't I do it? Because I'm I've done this hundreds of times. It's the only recipe that I don't need to think about. Every other recipe that I ever make, I need to have in front of me because I just don't have a brain that stores information. I'm going to put them on this bigger tray and then put this bigger tray. I'll move them. I'm going to egg wash them here. They're in, so I'm going to set a timer for 10 minutes. They've got 20 seconds left, so I'm going to get ready to get them out. I hope they work. I hope they've worked. They look like scones from here. The tray is stuck in the oven. I'm really pleased. They look like scones. Thank God, I'd been so sad if they looked awful. I'm just gonna get a tray. Okay, a couple have stuck a little bit, but I think it's where the egg wash went onto the tray. Most of them aren't stuck there. Just what I'll say is when you're egg washing stuff, just like, be careful. I sort of slapdash chucked it on, you know? I'm chuffed though, honestly. These have gone so much better than the Vicky went. I'm not even sad. Look at me. I'm happy. This is rare. It's thundering. So Aaron's just had to run through and get all the clothes off the washing line because they're gonna drown. I'm really pleased with how these have turned out. Like, they're not necessarily the prettiest scones that even I've ever made, but they are the prettiest scones I've ever made with little to no information whatsoever. So that's a success. They've risen, some more than others, but they've risen. They're nice and golden. When they're in the oven, I was thinking about the Devon-Cornwall wars again because I've been all consumed by them. And I don't have any clotted cream because I don't have that kind of cash, but I do have some double cream and I do have some jam. So I'm gonna cut one. I'm gonna cut the ugliest one. No offense, but it is. It's the one that was made not with the cutter, it was made with my hands because there wasn't enough to cut it. I'm going to cut it in half. I'm going to put jam on the bottom on one half and cream on the bottom on the other. And then I'm probably going to eat them both. If I can cut it. Anyway. They are really hot inside. So that thing's going to happen again. But honestly, who cares? Who cares? So for Devon, there you go. I've made a mess again. I should have got a plate. Why didn't I get a plate? I'm gonna get a plate. Because it doesn't matter if the cream falls off onto the plate, does it? Because I'll just scoop it back up again. So, for Devon, and then the jam. And for Cornwall, here's the jam. I love a scone. Scones. I'm gonna go get Shane. So Shane's going to be my taster. When I went to get him from his room though, I just wanted to take a moment to look what happened to the Devonshire scone. It's collapsed with the heat of the scone and the cream. So actually, turns out I'm on Cornwall's side. So sorry, Cornwall.
Where's the other place?
Devon.
Ah.
Yeah, I said Devonshire, but I'm not even sure if Devonshire's a word.
Yes.
Anyways, Shane's going to taste it for me.
No, you gotta go jam cream. Sorry.
No, I respect that.
Should I try a bit of both?
Yeah.
Oh my god, I don't know what else to say.
I am pleased. See, I am a success. Thank you.
Yes, very much so.
Thanks,
I've
Shane.
eaten scones before. This is the top tier. Can I eat this whole thing?
Yeah. I'm gonna go. Bye.
I'm